Hey, it's Free and welcome to this video blog of the Soul Growth. Thank you for tuning into this episode. It means a lot to me. As always, love and light to you. Alright, so without further ado, let's get straight to it. This topic is going to be about rewriting your subconscious, reprogramming your subconscious. The tool that I'm going to talk about is non-dominant hand writing. But first, did you do your homework from last month, which was talking about forgiveness? I really hope that those tools and techniques were very valuable to you. I forgot to mention the forgiveness decree, which was available to you on the website. The link was down below in the description of the video. I'll go ahead and post a little blurb up here so that you can also access it. The forgiveness decree is something that you could say daily to work on forgiving and releasing a lot of things on a subconscious level as you say this affirmation in a sense. So this topic is about reprogramming your subconscious with your non-dominant hand. So if you're left-handed, you want to write with your right hand. And if you're right-handed, you want to do this exercise with the left hand. So whatever hand is your dominant hand, whatever you do most things with, you want to use the opposite hand of that. All right. So I was reading this book at one point by Iona Van Zant called In the Meantime. Really, really great book. I loved it. And she gave me an exercise that I found to be extremely useful. And as I've grown and learned in the last 3 years since I've read the book, I've learned a lot about what the importance and the value is of writing it with your non-dominant hand. I'm right-handed. This is why I'm throwing up my left. Okay. She explains and gives you an exercise to try when you have something that you're just kind of really stuck, as we consider it kind of like deeply embedded in us. It is just a habit that is impossible to break. What you do is you start writing what you really want to happen. So say you want to stop smoking, and I know I talk a lot about smoking, I'm sorry, but a lot of people want to get rid of that habit. Say you want to stop smoking. What you do is you write with your left hand, I am no longer needing nicotine or cigarettes. Whatever affirmation you come up with, make sure it's positive. Make sure you're speaking it in the present tense, starting with I am. Those are very powerful words. I will be having a video in the future about how I am can manifest and create, and the importance of those two words that we frequently lump into one that's not good, but I don't want to get on that. Okay, so you write with your left hand what you want to change, the affirmation. If you have low self-esteem, you write, I am absolutely beautiful. I am a king or a queen. I am wonderful. And that is just reprogramming your mind to get those out of those bad habits. Really great tool. And that's really most of what it is, but let me give you some helpful hints on how you can use this. Using non-dominant handwriting has multi-purposes. So it's a great tool to not only reprogram your conscious, but you can actually tap into your intuition and expand and extend your intuition. You can use it to learn more about yourself. You can use it to kind of tap in and ask questions about things that you don't understand. So this is a great add-on to the 5 whys. In case you kind of came across something when you were doing the 5 whys that you really couldn't get deep enough or get to the root of, this tool with writing with your non-dominant hand is very, very valuable. You can write a question with your dominant hand. Why do I have low self-esteem, right? And you can use your your non-dominant hand and answer that question. Just allow the answer to come in and write whatever you feel. Just write whatever comes to mind. And that right there is a tool where you are actually using your subconscious. You're allowing your subconscious to speak through you. You're allowing your intuition to speak through you. People actually do this, and it's called automatic writing. And don't let that steer you away from it. I promise you it's not any voodoo, because if you know yourself and you know you don't do any of that voodoo or whatever you want to call it, hoodoo voodoo or any of that airy fairy stuff, then you know that you're just writing with your left hand. Just allow the thoughts to flow, allow the information to come in, and just write with it. You can also use it to build up your creativity. Your creativity is your creative sense is like a muscle. So if you start using your left hand, brush your teeth with your left hand in the morning, or just try doing little things every day that you do with your dominant hand. Do it with your non-dominant hand. And forgive me, lefties, no disrespect. I know that there are some of you out there, and I know I keep saying left, but that's just my non-dominant hand. However, let me get back on subject. Use it to build your creativity. So as you use that muscle, usually that other side of your brain is using the non-dominant hand is actually creating a certain integration between both hemispheres of the brain. So if you're left-handed, you use your right side of your brain to actually create and write and do different things. And if you're right-handed, you use the left side of your brain. But we're not using that other side as much. So you're actually integrating them so that they can work better and more cohesively. And you're just building up that muscle. Really great tool in that way as well. So let me give you a couple of helpful hints that I found in doing my research and trying to uncover a little more with this so that I can provide you enough information. You're using this to uncover your truth. You're using this to reprogram your brain. So do it at night before you go to bed. Write with your non-dominant hand as many times as possible. As many times as you can. So do it when you're kind of sleepy, because when you're kind of sleepy, if you haven't noticed, that's a bit of a hypnotic state of mind. For example, have you ever been speaking about something right before you went to bed, or you watched a movie right before you went to bed, and then you had dreams about whatever it was that you were speaking on or that you saw on TV? See, your brain is in a slightly hypnotic state, so it's more impressionable at that time right before you go to sleep, which is why I'm suggesting that you actually write as many times as you can before you go to sleep while you're visualizing. Don't forget to visualize what it is that you're saying, but if possible. So you're visualizing, you're writing, and you're just reprogramming your brain in the process, and you can actually accomplish a lot more if you do it right before you go to bed. Don't forget, and some of you may not be religious, and that's completely understandable, say a prayer before you start. And it could just be protection. You can just say the word protection, or nothing that is of my highest good will impact or penetrate or whatever, in case you have any of those fears or concerns that something crazy is going to happen. Ensure there's your safety by creating that level of protection. Even if you don't feel like you need it, I mean, it's always a good thought to have, right? Just write. Just write. So if you're doing it to set in new intentions and create positive affirmations, if you're doing it to get to the truth and get to the root of some things, write. Don't second guess it. Don't worry about how sloppy it looks. Don't worry about any of that. Just write. It's not important how it looks, because I promise you, it's your non-dominant hand. It's going to look like chicken scratch at first. But as you get better, as you do it more, you'll get better at it. Set a timer. If you're not doing it until you fall asleep, but you're worried about the time, I need to make sure I get to bed by 11:45, then set a timer so that's not a concern of yours, and that you can continue the process until you do. Don't try to interpret the information that you're receiving. Just write. Again, just write. All right? That's pretty much it. I know I'm being straight to the point. This is a bit shorter than normal, but that's fine too. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out and give me a call. Email me. The information is on the website and below in the description. I am so happy and to be able to connect with you, and I really hope that you find this tool to be useful. Please don't forget to do your homework. This isn't for me. I do this stuff, and I need to be doing more of it, to be perfectly honest. So these videos also inspire me to step my game up and start doing more of old habits and old tricks that I used to know. But do this stuff if you're really ready and serious about growth, understanding, learning about yourself. My new motto: learn, heal, grow. Learn about what it is that you need to change from, heal from all of that stuff, and the growth begins. So I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you've enjoyed this information, and I really hope you put it to use. Love and light always. Peace and blessings. Bye.